Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel, people. Apologies for our lateness. I had some technical issues, man. I got this new laptop. Unfortunately, it's not working today, so I'm here using my iPad. So apologies for the delay. But perfect timing. I've just seen the lineup come out. We've got Jem joining us today. Man like AJ, man like Ads and Couch. What you lot saying, man? You lot good?
Yes, sir. Big
Yeah,
up.
we're good, brother. We're all good.
All good in the hood.
Listen, must-win game today, boys. Must-win game, man. And you got Keith in here as well. He says, "Can't you do the show after the game so that we get all the talking points taken care of, bro?" Don't worry, man. We're gonna do another show tomorrow. And Thursday, I'll most likely be doing a one-on-one with Goonie as well. So big up everyone that's coming in. And CFC game, I can see you in here as well, my bro. He says it's a must-win game. Definitely a must-win game, bro. It's been what? It's been 3 weeks. AJ just reminded me. You know what I mean? I was at the bridge on Saturday. And it was a weird feeling to be walking away, seeing 5 goals, because in the league, bruv, we've been suffering. It's been a drought. You know what I'm saying? It's been a fucking goal drought. But let's get into it, man, because obviously we kick off at 7:30. Let me just show you the team that we are going with today. So you've got Sanchez in goal, as expected. Caicedo is starting at right back, actually, for this game. You've got Achimpong, right centre-back. Colwell, left centre-back. Cucurella, left back. Lavia and Enzo in the midfield. Madueke on the right. Palmer down the middle, of course. Sancho on the left. And Jackson up top. So, on first thoughts, Jim, how are you feeling about this lineup, bro? Because I can't lie, packing out that midfield against Bournemouth for me, it's definitely a good thing, man. Because Bournemouth are very industrious, bro. Very, very industrious.
I think on the ball, which I think we'll see quite a lot of. I think you'll probably see us go into a back three. Caicedo obviously playing in that inverted role by the looks of it. We've seen it before. We saw it against Tottenham. We saw it against Villa. Was it Villa at home as well? I think we might have seen it as well. Yeah, it's a strong lineup. Madueke's back in the team after not being even on the bench for a little while, which is another interesting. He needs to have a good game for me today, Madueke. I know Neto's not been everyone's favourite of the last recent couple of games, but I think he needs to have a big game. We need to see Jackson putting the balls in the back of the net when we're creating. We need a big performance today, man, overall.
100%, man, 100%. And for you, AJ, who are you looking at in this game right now that you need to turn up, bruv? Because I'm looking at a few players right now that have been underperforming that need to turn up, bruv.
Yeah. I don't think right now it's on like 6-7 players. They all need to turn up. We've been on a losing streak. We've been dropping points. So it's not just one player. Everybody got to turn up. And even Maresca as well. Maresca's involved in that too. He got to turn up too. So. But I mean, I would love for Jackson to bag a goal. I would love for Sancho to bag a goal. And if we could get a clean sheet, that would be cool, So that's what I'm looking at.
Facts. Couch, how you feeling, bro? You feeling confident about this game after seeing the lineup?
I mean, despite our form, yeah, I'm confident. Good lineup. I would say we're going to need performances from all over the pitch, though. It's not going to take one. I think AJ hit it right on the head. When we were in our good form, we had about 5 or 6 players playing at the top level. And right now, we're struggling to even find one. So I think a return to form and confidence for, a good majority of the squad would do us some good right about now, because Bournemouth ain't going to be easy. I know that for sure.
Facts, bro. And I'm looking at their midfield right now. They've got man like Tyler Adams in their ads. You know what I mean? This guy was on the verge of joining Chelsea. Then we told man, nah, we ain't after you, actually. Got Ryan Christie in there. Lewis Cook as well. You know what I'm saying? You got David Brooks on the right. Kotara up top. I don't know much about this guy. And then you've got Semenyo on the left. Obviously, Kirkes behind Semenyo. They've got that Hoyson guy is quite good. Zabanyu is good as well. You got Hill playing right back. Obviously, Travers in goal because Kepa is on loan at the minute, so he can't start the game for obvious reasons. So just looking at that, bro, how are you feeling about the game, man? Do you feel that we can get all 3 points today? Because looking at that lineup, I can't lie, we should be beating them, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic. I do think we are going to win. I mean, we need to win our home games. Again, we spoke about this for months, that our home record just needs to improve generally. But I don't look at the Bournemouth lineup and think, oh, it's not all that, because they haven't got many like superstar quality players in terms of when you look at lower level teams in the league. Like let's say West Ham's got a Kudus and Paqueta that screams off the pitch, or screams off the page. But like Bournemouth, they got a lot of good players and they're a very good team. Again, like I was saying backstage, These men are 3 points behind us, you know. Like, if we lose today, they're joint on points of us, and all of a sudden we're talking about crisis talks and emergency meetings and all of that. And I am not trying to be involved in all that nonsense. So for me, this is a big game. It's a tough test. I'm expecting a hard game. I'd be surprised if it's anything other than a tough game. But we got to win. And like AJ said, it's not about, is it Jackson that needs to perform or Noni or Lavia come back into the team. Everybody needs to be on job today. This is a must-win game. So we got to turn up.
100%, bro. And I'm looking at this game as well. I can't lie, like I said, seeing Caicedo inverting, it's a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? Achimpong coming in now, he should be able to hopefully replicate what we've lost with Fofana, bro, because he's very much touch tight to the attackers. You know what I mean? He helps us play up a little bit higher. Because the problem you've got with Tosin, he's all right in terms of being a squad player, but every single time I look at the guy, there's always too much of a gap between him and the attacker. You know what I'm saying? So it allows the attackers to get on the turn and just run at the defense, and then it's a problem, bro. So Josh is a lot more aggressive. So that should help us play better. And like I said, Caicedo being back in the team, Lavia being there as well should help us defensively off the ball, because we know Bournemouth on the transition, bro, they're going to be trying to pick out spaces. You know what I'm saying? In the wide areas, we've got to be careful as well. Caicedo off the ball, he's got to make sure he's getting back. Because if you're giving Semenyo all that space and Kirkes all that space, they're going to be whipping in some crazy balls, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm kind of looking at the minute, man. But Jimmy, you there, bro?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, man. What's going on, bro? How you feeling about that lineup, man? You fucking with it?
LFC? Of course. Of course I'm fucking with LFC. The 3 players that LFC couldn't get. Yeah.
Liverpool.
Turn your camera on, man.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll put the
Yeah,
camera
that
on.
American accent, bro, it need work, dog.
Turn your camera on.
Oh, yeah. When you go American accent, don't go Southern. You got to learn the New York accent. Don't go Southern. Yeah.
Come up north a little bit.
Or you can even learn that Toronto accent, bro. You know what I'm saying, fam?
That's some proper talk right there, son.
New York is more
That's some
similar to
proper
Talk like
London.
the proper man's them, fam. You have to talk like you're from where couch is from, fam. Don't cheese me, bro.
Good Lord. Yo.
But nah, with Lavia, Fernandez, and Caicedo, LFC, you know, those 3 midfielders that Liverpool wanted they couldn't get, and then they lost Zooby-Dooby-Doo. Yeah, I'm rocking with it. I'm rocking with it, man. Like I'm really right. Like I heard what people saying. Like I know this is gonna sound like crazy to y'all, but I don't give a fuck. I need Palmer and Jackson going back to being Palmer and Jackson, man. I need Palmer, and it seemed like everybody feeds off of them. Like when those 2 are cooking, everybody's cooking. So if I can get them 2 back cooking, and I don't mean by scoring goals, I mean like their connection. You know how they link up?
Yep.
That's what I need back. I don't care who scored the goals. You know what else I want to? And people might think I'm corny. I want some goals off of some fucking corners, some set pieces. Give me a header from Caldwell. Come on, one of y'all, give me one. I want a ball.
Those guys ain't good in the air.
Around in the fucking net and
awful in the air.
And knock it in. I need all of that. I want one of everything today. It's Bournemouth without their attack. Come on, man. Come on.
This is the thing, though, Jimmy. You make some good points, bro, because one thing about Palmer and Jackson, like I said, start of the season, bro, they link up very well, right? But we haven't actually seen either of them contribute to a goal for each other since the West Ham game. Yeah, and the West Ham game was when was that, bro? That was back in September, October times, bro. It's been a minute. You know what I mean? Wow. So they need to actually start linking up again, man, because right now there's no one in the league that's got more goal contributions between them as a pairing. It's them, but it's stagnated since the West Ham game, bro. It hasn't gone up. They haven't been creating for each other. You know what I'm saying? It's gone a bit stale on that side. You know what I mean? So you're right, man. Jackson needs a big game, man. It's been a month now. It's been a month, AJ, since Jackson bagged. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, real talk. You know, like it's like Jimmy said, that gives us a boost when we know our star attackers are on form. You know, and it's active up there. We're creating chances. Everybody's moving off of everybody. You know, the energy is different. So. You know, I'm not gonna say we have created little moments, but we also not finishing the chance, you know, and that makes the difference as well.
And for you, Jem, how do you see us like creating better chances today, man. Because I'll be honest with you, like watching the game against Morecambe, the second half, that's how I want to see us playing for now, right? Crossing in the ball should be an addition to the main style of play that we've got. This team right now, they're shit in the air. Yeah, I want to be seeing whips across the box, because that's how I saw Man City killing teams, bro. You know what I mean?
It's more so also, if you notice, it's the cutbacks that we do as well. I think them cutbacks are something that are actually quite useful for us, which I think we should look to do more of as well. But in terms of creativity, we've got the two people who can do that. Maybe a couple more, but obviously Palmer's one of them. Enzo Fernandez is in that higher position. You know what he can do when he's got the ball in his feet and in tight spaces. He'll look to play in between the lines. And I'm really intrigued to see how Bournemouth play today, because I'm kind of expecting them to kind of come out a little bit and press a little bit and leave bits of spaces here and there. I don't think that'd be a good idea for them if they do that, personally. But I don't know. Yeah, in terms of creativity, we need Sancho, for example. Sancho's execution in the final third doesn't get spoken about enough. Like that guy, he can play a perfect weighted ball in between into the box to whoever's making them runs quite comfortably as well. We have a number of good creative players in the team. It's just about taking the chances that we're creating that we need to see in it. So let's just see.
100%, man. What have you got to say to that as well, Ads? You gonna add anything to that, bro?
Yeah, no. Again, you make a good point, Jim, about having like underlaps and overlaps from players like our fullbacks. Generally, I feel like making third man runs is something that has been a benefit to us in the games like Palace. So I remember Enzo making some really good runs in behind and whatnot. And even when you think about the Morecambe game off the bench, I thought Cucurella actually changed that game, because he was somebody that was actually offering some underlaps, and that actually led to the Nkunku goal. But obviously, if I look at the lineup today, one flaw is that we're not going to have Cucurella that high up the pitch, because it's going to be him that's in the back three with Colwell and Achimpong. Obviously, Caicedo will invert upwards. But then for me, I think the only person that's going to offer movement off the ball is probably going to be Enzo. I think Enzo, what he's really improved at this season is making some crazy runs off the ball. And I think his fitness levels have gone up leaps and bounds. I think it's pretty much since he started working with Mudrik's trainer. But it's been impressive how much he's been actually showing his athleticism in the Prem. So that's going to be big for us today. But again, I can't stress enough how tough of a game this is going to be, because Bournemouth are no joke, man. They're no joke. They're having a really good season. Iraola's a top coach. So we're going to have to be on our A game. And I think one other thing as well, that, again, Maresca, if the game is going a certain way, we got to show that we can change it. Again, there's no excuses now about certain injuries and whatnot. Yes, we get you don't trust certain players, but you've got Lavia back. You've got Reece James back. You've brought Noni back from the Wilderness. So you've got options there that you normally trust, whether they're starting or off the bench. So we're going to have to change things if it's not going a certain way, or show that we can manage a game. Because what I don't want to see is if we're 1-0 up and then we're conceding counter-attack after counter-attack. No, I want to see us manage a game, be able to play in transition a bit more, defend in a mid-block, keep a solid 2 banks of 4, and then hit them on a counter. Why can't we do that? Because we have really good players for the counter-attack. So, again, these little things in game, I need to see the manager be on top of them, because, again, we all know it's a must-win game.
100%, bro. And listen, you make some good points about Enzo as well. So Enzo Fernandez, he's created more chances than any other midfield player managed in the Premier League after reaching 15 starts. Only Tielemans and Bruno Fernandes currently have registered more. You know what I mean? But both have played 4 to 5 more games. Maestro couch. You know what I mean? Right now, bro, Enzo's been. That's what it says. That's what it says. It says Maestro at the end of the tweet. You know what I mean? So Enzo, bro, I can't lie. Like, listen, he's been good, man. Even the games where we haven't picked up any W's, like Palace game, he was good for me in that game against Ipswich.
Yeah,
very influential in that game. Like, him and Palmer didn't leave with any GA, but I thought they were both good in that game as well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm expecting another captain like performance from him today, man, because he's been stepping up, couch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, at one end of the pitch is what I always say. Like, I don't ever evaluate Enzo's performances for what he does on the ball. You guys have heard me say this for months now. I expect him to have the quality in the final third. I expect him to be able to pick passes. I expect him to be able to range passes. I expect him to dictate the tempo. That's just like, that is the requirement. That's why you bought him. If he can't give you that, then what is he giving you anyways, right? So I'm always going to evaluate Enzo on what he does off the ball and his ability to have the awareness to, just fill gaps, fill spaces. Don't have to necessarily dive in on tackles and win tackles, but just occupy spaces so that we're not left wide open when we're, when we're being counterattacked. That's the only thing for me. Obviously, on the ball, he's quality. So hopefully that continues today, because we're going to need him. That's for sure.
I mean, looking at the bench, Jimmy, you're looking at a few players here like João Felix, Nkunku, Mark Gill, you've got Neto, you've got Reece, you've got Gusto, Tosin, Veiga, Jorgensen. That is a
You're
very,
loaded.
very good bench.
You're loaded.
Jimmy.
Loaded.
You know what I'm saying?
You're loaded.
Very
That's
good
why
bench.
what Ads was saying is very true. Like, he has options to really switch the game up. If we're down a goal, if we're up 1-0, he has options on the bench to say, all right, they're doing this, this, and this. Let me do this. Or if halftime reach and they come with a different approach, he got options on the bench to switch it up. So this bench says a lot. And like, I think we was having this conversation the other day on Lewis' channel. They was explaining, we even went over it, the game by game of the games, what times he made subs and all that. And the one thing that I noticed was those games was the games where he really had like the full bench. So it's like, so I gave him, I said, you know what? He got full, when I started lineup, I said, he got full bench today. No excuse. All the other ones where he didn't make the subs, I can look and see like, okay, I can see maybe why here. Today I look on that bench, I can't. There's no Maresca. It's on you. If we got to go to the bench, it's there to go early because Reece James could play 45. Gusto could play for all them guys on the bench could give you at least a full half. None of them started, but he's fit enough to give you a half. So let's see what he do with that. That's all I. You know what I mean?
What sort of changes do you want to see him sort of make in game, Jim? I know obviously it's kind of hard to really give an answer to that because you don't know how the game is going to be going. But in terms of just profiling, right? When you're looking at, for example, I don't know, taking off a Jackson, who do you want to see coming on? If Palmer's not having a great game, who do you want to see coming on, bro? Do you know what I mean?
You already know my rule. Unless Palmer's hurt, he's not coming on. So you already know my rule. I don't take off Palmer.
But this guy thinks Palmer's messy, I swear down.
Bro, Palmer, I'm not taking Palmer. I'm just not. I come from the era where you just don't take your talisman off. Unless he's dragging his foot and that shit is broken in 4 places, don't take him off.
Well, unless he's in a sling like this, he might not come off now.
If he busted up like that, leave him on, man. Leave him on.
I mean, just look at Saka, man.
But
how about you, Jim?
I wouldn't.
Go on, Jim. Go on, Jim.
Even though in this climate it would look away, but if we need a striker, I'm bringing on Huey. Because I brought him on last year. I brought him on for a reason. So if I get a chance to bring on a striker, I'm gonna bring him on and see what he can do. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I don't think that's shitting on Nkunku at all. Like, because it is what it is. Like, Nkunku, use a backup striker, use a backup 10. Like it is. And sometimes when we put you up in backup 10, you don't bring it. You know that. You see that. So these are things I wouldn't mind. These are not saying things that I would do. If he's stuck to what he's been doing, I'm not gonna cuss because
you're not gonna cuss if he's not fucking bringing people on, bro.
No, I'm talking about as far as up front, Huey. But now as far as everybody else, I would expect the norm as far as like the wingers. I expect like if nothing not going on, I expect them to switch up a winger or two. Midfield. Hold on, let me look at this lineup. Let me see one thing.
Bro, I'm looking at Madueke closely for this one, bro.
Yeah,
closely, bro. Yeah, because like I said, our attack right now has been underperforming, bro. And him
we
and
don't
Neto
have no
right now.
midfielders on the bench.
Yeah, him and Neto right now.
We don't have no midfielders on the bench. Okay,
we've got no midfielders on the bench. Well, yeah, we do. Felix and Nkunku. We haven't got any centre mids. That's what it is.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Centre mids.
Yeah.
We
ain't got no centre midfielders.
Yeah, we're not.
We got exactly, bro. But like I said, yeah, for me, Neto and Madueke, bro, they've been butt ass. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of game where they're gonna.
You gotta stop.
Butt ass.
Butt ass.
They've been shit, bro. You know what I mean? So they need to make sure, Jim, because, bro, if you're gonna want to play against anyone right now, Bournemouth ain't gonna want to sit back in a low block, bro. Like obviously, all teams in the Prem. Off the ball, they are going to get in the shape. They're going to get behind the ball, but they're brave in how they play, right? Madueke, I need a big game from him, bro. I need another big game from him today, man.
I think he's got a very good opportunity against Kirkes because I think what Kirkes likes to do is more further up the pitch. I know you're a big fan of him, Don, and I think
Kirkes. He likes to be.
I think there'll be there'll be a lot of space for someone like Madueke, who's very direct in that position, to be able to attack that space. But my biggest thing with Madueke, as maybe we could maybe say a little bit on Neto as well, is just that final third decision making, man. It's like he'll do the bit we need him to do. It's just what are we going to get after that, you know? So if he can start either taking shots when he should do, or making that pass when he needs to, when he does the right movement, then and for me, listen, he scores goals. Like he's showing that he can score goals, you know. So take some more shots at the goal when you need to take more shots at the goal. I don't mind players shooting, and I know we're going to talk about the transfer market in a second and a specific player that could be coming over here, but we need more of our wingers to take more shots, man. They don't need to keep trying to dribble around people and stopping and then dribbling and stopping and then by the time they just go backwards, which I see a lot of them do at the time. You know, I want them to fucking dribble. And if they've made that space for themselves, either if it's a cross or picking out a Palmer or someone in the box, fine. But if it's in a position where you can execute or take a shot into that, or bend it into that top corner, then you take it, man. Just do it. Take your shot. Yeah, you know.
Can I just say to that point though, like in terms of having the dynamism to actually take those risks and do it, Noni is the winger that is most likely to do it in our whole squad. And I get it. I've been there where I criticize his decision making at times and whatnot. Maybe he wants to shoot too much, but at least he's willing to take those risks. Neto, those risks don't really exist in his game unless he's looking for a cross, but we don't have a prime Jimenez in the box to go and whip crosses to. So for me, Noni suits this kind of game more. Again, like he's pointed out, Kirkes, very good player. Defensively, at times a bit liable, so Noni can get at him. I want him to go at him and be direct, because Sancho on the other side, he's going to look more to facilitate. And listen, if Sancho wants to give us moments of brilliance like he did against Palace, like he did against Tottenham, that is much needed because we need that too. So I agree with your points you made. I just want to add one little thing as well, is that this team, we haven't really played in a week. Morecambe, okay, cool, but we switched 10 players. That don't really count. This is our first time in a while actually having a week off pretty much. So I need that freshness to show in this performance, because again, it's been way too long since we won a game in the league. So it needs to be corrected now.
Facts, bro. Yeah, no, you're speaking facts about that, man. And listen, for me, like I've said, like right now, when you're looking at goal threats, we're linked to Tel right now. He's someone that I've watched one game of his before yesterday. That was when Dortmund bottled the league. I remember he came off the bench when I think he was 17 at the time. Came off the bench, scored a very good goal off the bench, and obviously Dortmund bottled the league and whatnot, right? But he's another person that we're looking to add to this team, because on the wings, the only real goal threat really is Madueke. He's the only one that tries to shoot, but at times he could pop it off a little bit sooner as well. What have you thought about the links, AJ, to Tel, man? That have come in. What have you thought about the links, bro?
I mean, just being honest, I wasn't too aware of the player in terms of watching him on a weekly basis or just knowing about his skill set. So I'm just seeing. I
mean, you're not the only one, but let's just be real. None of us really know who this guy is, the player. Okay.
Some people claim that they do.
I can't say none of us coach. But I say I don't know as much, but I've had certain friends of mine that's been talking about him for 2 years. So I would assume if you love football, you gotta know who it is. If you,
I've heard people mention him, but I just never tapped
about this dude. Put it like that.
I never tapped
all of us though. I assume Don know about him, because Don is the type to know about these type of players. Like my brother.
But before yesterday, I listen, Jim. When I was watching the games back yesterday, that's the first time I've actually really.
That's the first. Well, my brother is a Bayern Munich fan. He's been talking about this dude for forever. So
who?
Steve.
Yeah, I would expect. I respect Bayern Munich fans to know him. Am I saying your Chelsea fans that watch Chelsea religiously?
Oh, yeah,
I don't expect them to know this guy.
No,
Let's just be real.
There'll be people in. I've seen this channel. I'm talking about people. There'll be people in the comment section that's gonna be like, "Oh no, I know who he is. He's from."
Yeah, I expect them to say that, but I don't necessarily believe it. Let's just be real. The guy doesn't play enough football to say, "I know this guy."
Some people are football fanatics like that. They do be kind of.
Jimmy, do you consider me a football fanatic?
Nah, not like that. Not like these guys. I'm talking about.
Okay,
it's different types.
Use the word that makes them feel bad about themselves, but they ain't got no kids, bro. They ain't making no kids. They ain't thinking about making kids. Porn is bad to them. Porno bad. So yeah, those types. All they do is football. They got pee bottles next to the side. You know what?
Yeah, man. That's the thing. With me, I like watching other leagues. I try to watch Real Madrid as much as I can, Barca and that. But bro, it's just with life and that, it's so time consuming at times. That's why I like having my scout. I can just watch the games. You know what I mean?
I think the
But
one thing I would say
Jim,
about him, I think the one thing I would say in the short clips that I've seen of him is he's someone that's very, he seems to be very comfortable in front of goal. Like when you put him in front of goal, he doesn't take as many touches as we see some of our wingers do. He kind of just reacts to just shooting. And, you know, some of his goals have just been instant reactions. I like his presence because he's built a bit like a Liao / I don't know who else you can think of, like a Rashford, like a big kid, got the speed. What I'm worried about with him is if he does come to us, it's just do we misprofile him? Because I've heard a lot of people talking about him playing in like a striker role, but when you look at him and you watch him, I think he's more effective. He looks more effective off the left, you know, cutting in and taking them shots. You know,
that's where he's been played. That's where you've seen him played, right? Like you haven't seen him
of course,
as a striker, right?
Yeah, he's
no,
definitely-
not in like full games and that, but you know.
He's definitely better on the wing. He's definitely better on the wing.
Yeah.
Like I've seen him a couple games this season. There was a game where they played him up top. He just didn't really look comfortable there, bro. It reminds me of Nkunku up top. Like he's taller than Nkunku, more physical than Nkunku. That doesn't mean that he's a striker. You know what I'm saying? You know, you just look at players in certain positions like a Declan Rice and an 8. I was saying to Jimmy earlier in the group chat.
You don't know what he's
just
doing.
Tell. Yeah, he just doesn't look comfortable there, bro. But when I'm watching him on the wing, he's very good in tight spaces. You know what I mean? He uses his body quite well to shield off defenders. You know what I'm saying? He shoots as well. The way he drops his shoulder, bro. I was flinching from yard, bro. I'm showing you. He changes direction quick. You know what I mean? And he's a powerful runner. Powerful runner, man. Ads. You know what I mean? What do you think of Tel, man? I know you're someone that's watched a bit of him as well, innit?
I actually haven't. Listen, I'm not like these super tacticals like Jimmy was referencing in the chat. Like, I'm not up till 3 a.m. in the morning watching Brazilian league games. That's not me. It's not me personally. But personally, I do like to watch other leagues. I do like to watch a lot of Real Madrid. In Italy, I like to watch a lot of AC Milan. Obviously, big up the Cobham boys there, especially. Obviously, Fakayo, Rubes, obviously Tammy winning goal in the Super Cup final as well. So big up them. And in the Bundesliga, I do generally like to watch quite a bit of Bayern Munich. Again, I've got friends who support Bayern. I got some stocks in them because of company as well. Want him to do well. But with Tel, again, from the fans that I speak to, and even from watching him as well, like last season, he had quite a good season. He had quite a decent impact. I think he got 10 goals. Again, he looks like a live wire, but he hasn't been getting as many minutes as you would have wanted him to get even last season. Like he's getting brought on and getting a lot of like chunk change minutes, not really being given that much trust under Tuchel.
He complained.
Yeah, and then that's only gone worse this season. This season, he's hardly been trusted at all with company. And it's one of them where I'm looking at it as somebody who just likes to watch Bayern and likes the kid, thinking, okay, he needs to get a loan somewhere and get consistent minutes. And then all of a sudden, he gets linked to us, and my Bayern friends laughing about, oh, why are you taking him off of us? Like, you wanted him to go on loan somewhere, not to come to us and be back up to Sancho. So it's a bit of a mad situation. Yes, he could build up his confidence again in the Conference League and whatnot, but I'm not... Okay, I'm happy in the sense that we're replacing Mudryk.
We're replacing your boy Mudryk. Yeah.
You mean your boy? You mean Mr. Moldonia Mudryk? Yeah,
that's your boy. That's
your PD abusing Mudryk. Yeah.
Hey, don't let me get Nomad. You know, I'll get Nomad and I'll get her to dig up the tweets again. You know that.
You can bring Nomadics. Listen, I like quite a few players coming into the squad because I like to back them when they're coming in, but then I only need to watch them a few times to realize they're not all that, and I realized that with Mudryk. But with Tel, listen, I don't watch him 90 minutes in and out, week in, week out, partly because he doesn't play 90 minutes week in, week out. But from what I've seen of him, he'll come in and he'll bring a good profile to the squad. Again, he's got pace, he's quite a technical dribbler, he can shoot, he doesn't need much backlift to get a good shot off, which is nice, but he can only play left wing. I'm not trying to see him strike or right wing. Left wing is where he needs to play. And again, it's good depth for Sancho, and we'll see what happens with that. Personally, I would have preferred a loan so that we can test him out a bit. But again, I just feel like we're at the stage in our process where like we can go and target bigger players in terms of like, cool, we need to address the wing situation, bring in Kvaratskhelia. That's proven quality. He's going to start and he's going to have a big impact. If we look at centre back, I want to bring in a guy to start, not backup guys and all that. We can use Josh as a backup guy. We can use other people to be backup. I want guys who are going to come in and start. Tel, we're going to have to see how it happens. I'm not going to say he's going to be a flop here by no means because he's a talented boy, but he's still raw. He's got the attributes, but he's still raw. So we're going to just have to see how he does. But it's good depth for Sancho. I will say that. It's good depth because, again, your boy, he took himself out of the equation. So it's what it is.
It's annoying. But no, listen, Carl, you spit some facts there, innit? And listen, Carl, we were speaking about this yesterday in the group. Because for you know, you don't seem overly convinced. Ideally, we all want a proven gunman to just come in and elevate us straight away. But when I was breaking it down to you, man, yesterday in the group chat, I said, bro, the only OG winger right now in world football really is Salah, bruv. Yeah, everyone else is young, and the top young
I've been
wingers
saying
are
that.
unrealistic.
I've
The
been
top-
saying that. I've been saying that.
I mean,
Go on, Jim. Go on, Jim.
Well, who's saying what here? Okay, go on.
No,
Jim.
no, let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm
Right.
saying. Yeah. So if you look at Rodrigo, you look at Vinicius, right? Rodrigo is just untouchable in January, but he's young. Vinicius, another one, young, right? Mbappe is just went to Real Madrid, no chance, right? KK, he went to PSG, he's 23. Yeah. All these up and coming wingers right now that are in world football that are top players, Saka, they're all young, bro. You know what I mean? So as much as I would love an OG like a Salah and whatnot, I'm looking around in the market. Who is there like that, bruv? Everyone that we can bring in on the wing are young players, bro. They're young players. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that youth is the problem, though. I don't think that we're talking about youth. I'm talking about the profile of the player, right? And if you look at this guy right now, the question I have for you guys is, where do you see him within the pecking order of the squad? Like, how many minutes is he going to get? Does he take away? Like, I'm not even really concerned too much about like whether or not he's taking minutes, opportunities away from George, because for me, the cream rises to the top. If George is better than him, then George will get those minutes. But where do you see this guy in terms of where the pecking order is? Where do you see him?
He's in the same spot as Mudryk, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
He's in the same spot as Mudryk.
So then we're not elevating the squad, anyways. We're not sharpening the squad.
No, that's not
I
true.
disagree with
He's a better player.
Hold
Hold on. Is he a better player than Mudryk?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Okay. Is he a better player than Mudryk?
It's clear to see that he's a better player than Mudryk.
Yeah.
Okay. So
why are we judging a player that ain't worn a Chelsea shirt yet? That's what I don't get. He's not even here. He's not even played the game.
What are we talking about? So because he's not at Chelsea, we can't talk about the player?
No, but you're just sitting there saying, "Oh, is he better than Mudryk? Is he this?"
I'm asking
like you're
you
basing
where
it
he
on
is within
Mudryk.
the pecking order of the squad. We're talking about bringing him into the team. Is he going to be able to elevate the players that are already here? Are we using steel to sharpen?
He might have a very good chemistry with Jackson. Who fucking
what are we
knows?
talking about then? What are we talking about then? Okay, forget it then. There's nothing to talk about then. We're just going to bring him in and see what happens.
No. My point being is you won't know how useful he's going to be or how much he's going to be played until he's in the team and we see him on the pitch. He might have great chemistry.
But I'm asking you guys to use your forward thinking, your perception, and be able to say that what this guy is a guy that will sharpen what Sancho has. You know, he'll be able to be a guy that gives you something different to what Sancho has. Give you, something that we don't happen to currently have. Is he going to push Sancho for starts?
For sure. I think he will.
He can.
I think he will come.
He has the skill set to do that. He has the skill set. He has the skill set to do that. He can push Sancho. He offers something different as well. And it's not just Sancho. You know, they say that he could play striker. Obviously, we still want, that prototype number 9 striker, but that's another option. And instead of putting Nkunku, Nkunku's not going to be here apparently. So, we need to replace that. Guiu is not really it in terms of, just handling the Premier League right now in terms of like in the box and just, doing what he needs to do. He's still young, and Tel is young too, but just the shooting that he brings to the team, his ball striking is clean. You understand? We're not getting that from Sancho. We're not getting that from Neto. Sometimes we get it from Madueke. You understand? So it's just different. It's different skill sets that we bring into the team. Plus, he's better than Mudryk. That's the first. That's the bottom. That's the first point. He's better than Mudryk. So it's already
an upgrade.
Yeah.
It's an upgrade to our bench. Yeah.
It's an upgrade, and like I said, for me, listen, I don't want us to be going into the season only having Sancho available on the left because we're not trusting George, right? I thought George was very impressive the other day. It's only Morecambe, but in the Conference League, I haven't seen him do much there, and some of those opponents he's come up against are shocking, bro. You know what I mean? So I thought George was very good the other day, bro. The way he was playing, the versatility in his game, he was trying to link up nicely with Cucurella, playing some nice whips across the box, whipping it in the air. You know what I mean? Not trying to overly shoot all the time, popping it off to people, trying to do skills in the box to win penalties and that. He left with 2 assists. If he plays more like that this season, Couch, you're going to see George getting more minutes. But the only issue that I've got...
I'm not even worried about that, to be honest.
What? The left wing position, bro?
No, I'm not worried about him, whether or not he's going to get minutes if he can take... Like, I'm just saying, like, if you're bringing a guy in, It's not necessarily to challenge George. It's supposed to be a guy that's supposed to be challenging whoever your starter is. That's what
no. That's what I'm saying. I never said.
So I'm not worried about George, right?
No, I never said Tel is gonna be for George. What I'm saying is we need another left winger, bro. Right? Because I don't think that Maresca's gonna completely trust George because he's still young. End of the day, I don't see him always being on the bench. You know what I mean? Whereas if Mudryk was here right now, more time you'd be seeing him on the bench. So for me, how I'm kind of looking at it, like AJ said, this is a different skill set that on the left we don't really have. Because if Sancho's seeing Tel getting in the box, banging in some goals and shooting and that, yeah, he's gonna be like, bro, next time I'm in the box now, I need to shoot to make sure that I'm scoring, not just creating for others. You know what I mean? And that's gonna push him and that's gonna create competition within the squad, which is only healthy, bro. I'd rather have Tel than nothing, Jim. Do you know what I mean, Jim?
Than nothing.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with that. Like, I mean, we're gonna need a left winger anyway. I won't mind this kid. I just don't know about doing it this window before some other things. I'd rather see us get a striker.
We're linked to Delap. We're linked to Delap at the minute. Apparently, we're pushing for Delap this month. Apparently,
this window.
Yeah, apparently so.
I'm not. I see a lot of people kind of like, oh no, and I'm like, look, man, he's here already. He's a good player. Like he's like, if we catch him now, we can catch him while he's still in the form that he's in. Get him accustomed to where he's gonna be. He's a different profile, as you can see against us. You can fucking hoof it up there against 4 fucking players. He's probably gonna win it because he was getting shots off against 3 fucking defenders. I was like, yo, this kid is different. And it wasn't like they wasn't defending him. They were defending him. And he was just like, I'm gonna get this shot off. And he was getting shots off with 3 defenders on. He wasn't waiting for no help. He wasn't waiting for no link-up play. He's a different pro. Like, I like what I see.
Yeah,
that's all I can say. I like what
I agree with that.
I like what
I mean, listen,
it's hard for me to argue that.
We've got someone right.
I can name more strikers that I would take over him. But if they was to get him for like 50 M's or something like that, 60 M's, I'm not crying. Like, I'd rather him over Sesko. I'm not a big fan of Sesko. I don't care for Sesko.
What you rather Delap over Sesko, bro?
Sesko, okay, yeah. Interesting.
I'm not a big fan of Sesko.
The thing that worries me about Delap, if we get Delap this month, yeah, I don't see us going in for like a Gokeres and that in the summer, bro.
That's my opinion.
No, of course.
That's what I'm saying. If we get a striker now, it is what it is.
I want a bagsman, man. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't have too many.
How much bagsman is out there, bro? And like, let's be honest. Who really think Gokeres is gonna come to the Prem and keep cooking like that? Because I don't. I just don't.
I think if you create enough space,
I don't think he'll get as much space, Jim. I don't think he'll get as much space.
And like when he cooked against Man City, everybody was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then everybody cooked against Man City.
Exactly.
So I was like, erase that out my memory. That meant nothing.
The different tier is for me is, does he take Jackson's chances that he's missing? I think he does, personally.
But I also
has to be given those chances.
Does he get there?
Is he everywhere Jackson is?
Exactly.
Of course he is.
That's the thing that people always ignore when they're talking about like.
He's much more of a box presence than Jackson.
No, but it takes speed, agility. It takes all of that to get.
Hold on, one at a time.
Exactly.
It takes speed and agility to get in somebody.
Have you seen him? He's not slow.
When Jackson gets that ball, when he takes it and turns and spinning, man, that speed he runs with, that's not normal. Most attackers in the Prem don't move with that agility, that pace, and that power. I don't see that from Gokeres. I don't see Gokeres making a spin and turn and outrunning a bunch of center backs like that.
He's not slow, Jimmy. I'll tell you that. He's not
championship.
It's more than the pace, though. It's more than the pace. It's and I don't know. Again, I don't watch Gokeres too much, but every time I see him scoring, it's bare space and bare running and bare madness. I don't see nothing really controlled. He
can strike the ball. That's one thing I give him. He strikes the ball.
He can hit a ball, man. He's a clean striker. When it comes to hitting that ball,
when I look at my strikers,
I need my strikers to strike the ball. There's one thing,
facts.
Through that motherfucker. Yeah, that's one thing I give him. He does.
For me, that's a given for a striker. For me, that's a given for a striker.
But it's not for Jackson though. Jackson isn't a clean striker with the ball.
No, and that's why we talk about him. That's why we talk about him.
Let me just drop my sentence, because even this is someone that likes Jackson, and I'm somebody who's actually gone back and forth with Jem a lot about Gyökeres and a certain other Victor as well. But I'll be honest, if Gyökeres started this season with us, we're still in title race conversations, like straight up. Yeah. Listen, he doesn't give you the same like link up play as a Jackson for sure. But at the same time, while you talk about Jackson creates chances for others and sometimes for himself, Gyökeres will create, I think, an equal amount of chances just through his presence on the pitch. And there are times where we put the ball to Jackson, and maybe it's like he's either shoulder to shoulder with a defender on the last man. Yeah. But he hasn't got the strength. Yeah, he's quite strong for his size, but he's not got the strength to overpower centre backs like that. Whereas Gyökeres, if you put the ball to him, it doesn't have to even be a good ball, a decent little ball that isn't too close to the keeper, he's gonna muscle the defender out the way and get in behind and get a shot off on goal. And listen, somebody like that will also make someone like Sancho look better. It will definitely make Neto look way better. So I'll be real. I know Joe's smiling right now, but I'll be real. Gyökeres, if he came in time for us, he would improve us and elevate us quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I know it anyway.
But is that the thinking that they have with Delap? Because he essentially has the same skill set. You know, it's just
same skill set, but he's a different category. Because I feel like they're in the business of trusting Jackson. Again, they gave him the new contract along with Palmer. So I think for me, that new contract indicates that you are our guys. We're trusting you. You're starters for us. So I feel like they're not going to sign somebody to go. I was about to lift my left shoulder up. I was about to flip in, bust up my shoulder, but they're not going to put somebody above Jackson. They're going to put somebody to like challenge it, basically.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a Delap, a Sesko type. So I was going to say Duran, but Duran might be even above them to be honest, with what he's been doing this season. So yeah, probably we're looking at Delap or Sesko.
100, bro. And listen, we've got someone here that's looking to leave the club. Christopher Nkunku, Jem. Chelsea's initial request to buy in for Nkunku, 70 million euros package, which is, bro, that's going to be more peas than what we bought my man for, blood. You know what I'm saying? And Nkunku's keen on the move. He's keen on the move to buy in. Now up to the clubs with Tel's situation also to be clarified and discussed. So there isn't going to be any swaps. It's going to be two separate deals, bro. You know what I mean? What do you think about this? These links, bro?
Well, number one, I think we all are on the same page here when I say this. I think it is a bit shocking that we've not managed to utilize him into this system and provide the goals that we know that this guy can provide. He hasn't had enough minutes, but at the same time, in recent, he hasn't helped himself with maybe his performances when he has been called upon, so I can fully get it. But listen, Nkunku will go, if he goes to Bayern Munich, which it looks like he probably will, he will bag goals over there. He will, because he is that guy. He does score goals. He is a killer, but we just can't seem to fit him in the system that we've got set up. And, if we could sell him for 70 million euros, which I don't think we will. I think we've overpriced him at this moment in time, even though I think on a given when he's firing and stuff, he's probably worth even more than that, in my opinion, when he's scoring goals. He's not doing that at the moment for us, even though he's a top goal scorer in the Conference League. That holds a little bit of value, but it's still... it's still the fact that he's not playing the minutes that we need him to be playing, that I think we'll probably look more towards like the 50s, in my opinion. But listen, I love Nkunku. I've always liked him. That's the one thing, like when I said about Maresca not getting the best out of certain people, and it sort of gets me a little bit. This is one of the players that I'm just very like, could we have done a bit more? Could he have had more minutes? Could he have come in on the 50th minute and been given more trust to come on and show? Because I do think if he would have shown more trust in him, he might have been able to come on the pitch and be the difference in games where Jackson maybe ain't firing or Palmer ain't firing or whoever, Madueke, and we've not seen that. He doesn't pick him. He just leaves him on the bench till 80th minute and then it's finished by that point,
Yeah, 100, bro. And AJ, it's actually scary when you deep it, because this guy last season was being touted to be our savior. And even at the time, I was getting pissed off when I kept seeing those fucking reports, right? Because I'm looking at it and thinking, bro, Nkunku's not fucking Messi. Like, I like Nkunku, but we're putting too much pressure on this guy to literally come in and just lift the team. Like, he's not a striker, you know what I mean? He's not Messi.
Remember that.
So, yeah, what do you think about him potentially going back to Bayern? Because I can't lie, bro. I'm happy that he's going to be leaving the Prem. I can't lie.
I mean, first of all, I agree with that. I'm happy that it's not in the Premier League because I remember maybe Manchester United and maybe Arsenal or somebody was kind of looking into him as well, or maybe the fans were just talking about him. But I'm glad that it's outside of England. But I agree with what Jem said. this is a player I was looking forward to this season. You understand? Like I really thought he was gonna shine, you know, and I believe more than half of the Chelsea fan base would say the same thing as well. We were all looking forward to Nkunku. He's been at the club. He was at the club for like a year, didn't even play, first of all. Then he finally got to play, and he's, you know, showing promise, scoring goals, you know, all of that. He had a good preseason again with Maresca. So once he had a good preseason, I was like, okay, he's clearly going to be part of the team. But, you know, it's funny. We also did have conversations of where are all these players going to fit. You understand? I just never thought that he would be one of them that would leave so fast. You know? Yeah. So it's 100%. But I mean, it's a sellable asset. You understand? Again, it's business. You know, 70 mil is a lot. You know, probably get somewhere around 50 or something like that. Or they'll rate him around 50. You know, and we could, you know, get some players that fit Maresca a little bit more. You understand? We still have holes in the team: center back, striker, goal scoring winger. You know, those are still problems. I still think we have a midfield problem as well. I still think we're missing a profile in the midfield, you know, like Leslie or somebody just that's a natural destroyer. I still think we're missing that. So there's still business to be done. The squad's still being built. It's taking forever. We done started over like 2 times. So it's annoying, you know. That's the one thing that's just annoying to me. It's just I'm still looking at the squad and it still has holes in it. You understand? We spent so much money, so much
100%, bro.
You know,
and big up CA Mafia because we're about to finish up, people. I know today was a little bit shorter, and we basically just did like a preview, bruv. But we're gonna have another show either tomorrow or Thursday, and we'll be reviewing the game. That one's gonna be a little bit more in depth. But like I said, I had some technical issues today, so apologies about that, people. But let's read the super chat before we finish up. CA Mafia, big up for the support, my bro. He says, what established winners have big teams signed in the last 3 windows? Welcome to the new era of FFP football. And that's facts, bro. You know what I mean? This is the thing, man. Right now, like I said, it's the new wave. If you look at Man City, how old is this new striker that they've bought? This guy. How old is he?
Well, Mamouche.
Yeah, how old is Mamouche?
Yeah, he's like early 20s, like 22, 23.
See, early 20s. They've signed that centre back. He's 20. You know what I mean? So listen, this is the new wave right now, man. A lot of the OGs are getting on. It's like the managers, bro. All these Conte, Mourinho, and these man. It's now the new lot that are coming through. The Alonsos, the Marescas. You know what I'm saying? The companies and whatnot. You know what I mean? But people, listen. Like I said, look out for stream tomorrow. We might be going live tomorrow or Thursday. Make sure that you look out for that one. And like I said, we'll dive into the game a little bit more. I know it's a little bit short today, people, but we said we'll still put something together for you lot. But before we finish up, like I said, this is London. Make sure that you lot are there. The tickets are actually now £10. It's not £20 entry. It's £10. I'll put a description in the bio as well, people. Hippodrome Casino in London, 24th of January, like I said, 7:45 on my birthday. Make sure that you lot are there, man. It's going to be me, Dan Potts, you know, Guna Lee, you've got Dan Lawless, you've got D, you've got Deji, you know what I mean? So big panel there, people, man. So make sure that you lot are there. But boys, I know it's been short, but nice and short, nice and sweet, man.
Quickly, two things. Mamouche is actually 25, so only a little bit older than I thought. And listen, I agree with everything that the boys said with Nkunku, especially when Jem said that obviously 70 million is probably a bit too much of a valuation. But listen, I'm not going to put anything past our board. We got 60 mil for Mason Mount and 65 for Kai Havertz. So listen, anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Everything's possible, man. And listen, up the fucking Chels, and we better win, bruv. In a bit, people. Look up for the review after the game.
That was EPL tax, though. Remember that.
Love.